Hi there. I'm going to show today how I do these wood engravings. I've done a few portraits, a few just pictures. They seem quite popular and they're not as difficult as I first thought. So to begin with, you need a picture, standard photograph. I have to take mine off the phone. When you look at these, it's two colours, black and white, or brown and white in this case. Yeah, you can't do shadows, you can't do shading. If you're square on, the faces all look like criminal mugshots. So try to get a bit of an angle on there, a bit of interest, but what captures a guy's face? So start off, let's say, with a picture of the phone, print out black and white. You can't do shades of grey, you've got to get the different areas of the face at different tones. That is quite a complex process, takes a little practice. Where do you get your wood from? Well, if you want a big piece like this I do the Phoenix on, that could be quite expensive, difficult to source, a natural wood. You need a light wood to get the contrast, and you want something about portrait size. Not sure if you've heard of them, but IKEA. The Magazine chopping board, it's a piece of timber, just about the right size. So there we have the materials. In terms of tools, I use a Dremel. The bit, I've actually got a router bit in there. It's a tiny little router bit. You can get little diamond cutters, whatever you've got that will cut wood. So materials, source pictures, tools. Okay, now what we're going to do is do it. So there we have the board. Here we have the image. You notice it's slightly larger than the black and white I was showing earlier. That's to make sure it properly fills the board. The A4 is just too small. Bit of masking tape on the back so that I can lift the picture, put it back again, and I know it's in the right place. The way we transfer is good old-fashioned typing paper, carbon paper. Put it underneath, and then basically just a scribble. Remember, when you're doing this, it's really a guide, not a rule. I tend to work from the top, working my way down. Reason is, the carbon paper doesn't fit completely, so you lift it up, move it back, and it's easier to move down the page than up. In this case, we're lucky. Richard, the model, has good solid hair. My hair on the other image you notice was much more gaps and holes. So this is big solid area. The challenge will become for the beard, which is much more flecky. Remember, the paper copy only comes to here. So I'm going to work to this seam, do all of this top half, and then move the paper down. This is where your interpretation, your personal artistry comes in. When I first started doing this, I was constantly lifting the page up, having a look, constantly lifting the page up. The less you do that, the better, because you're never going to get, or you're rarely going to get it in exactly the same position again. Those, the IKEA chopping boards come in pairs. There's a little one and a big one. Do a few practice ones on the little ones before you do your masterpieces on the large ones. This video is to show you the physical process, practice and refine it for your work. That's where your skill comes in, not mine. Eyes, ears, mouth are what makes the face, so try to keep those as close to the original as possible. I suppose I should be playing some cheesy background music, but I tend to work in silence, except for the watching of my own voice and the squawks of the birds. Okay, so now paper's down, so the halfway mark's covered. Let's finish off the ear. Okay, so ready for the big reveal. That eye's not real, that eye should be more. I'm using a black pen to differentiate from the blue carbon paper, so that when I sketch on, I know I want to follow the black lines over the preference of the blue lines if there's a choice. It looks a bit sketchy at the moment. Let's see how it works out when we start engraving it. I started engraving it and realised that my hand was completely obscuring what I was doing. So what we have here, I've begun to trace out the ear. Yeah, I've traced out the hairline around here. I haven't done the middle yet. For that, I'm thinking I might put some more flex in, so I'm going to leave that for the moment. And I started around here as well, doing a bit of chin line. You should just carry on through in a continuous circuit, but I get bored working in one place, so I tend to jump around a bit. Anyway, I shall continue, and hopefully now you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So keeping the Dremel fairly upright, not vertical, but fairly upright, helps you with the lines. You will find sometimes it works better coming this way, you get a nice smooth line, other times it's much easier that way. So, watch and learn. Oh, one other thing, the hoover means you can see what you're doing, unfortunately you can't hear what I'm doing. Bronze dark wood filler will provide the colour for us. Not much in here, but it's enough for a first level. Work it well into all the grooves. Really push it in there. Applying it quite thickly like this does mean more sanding tomorrow, but also does give you a much better result. If you don't fill it on this first layer, quite often these little snags here never seem to look right afterwards when you're overfilling it. Well, that is the first layer done. Let's clean up my spatula. Well, different t-shirt means it must be a different day. We have the wood fill from yesterday, nicely hardened. We have a sander, 50 grit on it. Got a picture to remind me what I'm looking at. And we've got the vacuum to get the dust. We've also got the garage door open because there's a lot of dust. Okay. Right. Just spent a few minutes tidying up the details, making sure that bits around the nose are right, touching the hair. Leave that to dry, sand it off, and then the next stage is to varnish it. A few things got in the way, so I forgot to kind of update this video, but here we have the finished item. So from the photo to the finished item, all I've done, sanded down to 120, made sure all the fill is even, it's all clean, nice picture. So all remains now is, I say, it's been oiled, so I'm going to take it off to Richard to see if he likes it. Just so you don't think these things are easy, the one you actually saw me carve was this one, and it just went horribly wrong around the nose. I told you, eyes, nose, mouth, what makes it. This guy's nose became like Shrek, his teeth became like dentures, and that is in the bin.